Now, we have our main speaker here. Let's give Carl Peak and, I'm not sure your name? Sam Ron. Let's welcome them to GDRIA.
Well, good evening. How are y'all? You have plenty of pizza? Everybody full?
Yes.
Happy?
Very happy. Very happy.
Cool?
Cool, yes.
My wife told me it was going to be 100 degrees on Friday. 100 degrees. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you this evening and to spend a few minutes talking about this year's triennial update. We are in Montgomery County updating property values this year. And so I've got a brief PowerPoint presentation I'm going to go through with you about that, about our process and about the results that we've seen so far, the preliminary results we have so far. But before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Fulton County, Georgia. Anyone familiar with what's going on in Fulton County, Georgia? They're updating property values in Fulton County this year in Atlanta. And this came out in June, just this past June. They released their new values, or their updated values in Fulton County. This was their changes, the map they released with the changes. And I know you can't see the legend, but the legend starts in yellow. That's 14 to 20%, I think. That's where is the low point in Fulton County. And then it goes up of the red area, the deep red areas going up more than 50%. In fact, there are parts of Fulton County, Atlanta, that they announced last month was they were raising the values by 60%. And once they released those results in this map, they started getting headlines in the local media that looked like this, and having meetings with property owners with hundreds of people showing up and not exactly being happy, and got a little bit controversial and contentious. And I think they eventually have most recently decided to roll back those appraisals and hold them for this year, and they'll deal with this next year. Part of the problem is they had gone several years without updating values, and this is where that it put them in the situation that they were in. But their decision now is to delay it another year. So a year from now, they're going to be back having the same conversation, and people will still be angry, and it'll still be controversial. And you know, they call it they don't call it hot Atlanta for nothing, right? So we're updating values this year. We don't want to see headlines like this, but we have seen in the most recent past headlines that look like this here in Montgomery County and Dayton. Hot market, Dayton area home sales best on record, housing prices hit record highs, Dayton house prices recovered from the recession. We have seen headlines like this, and it is in the wake of those types of headlines that we are updating property values this year. So I'm the county's assessor. One of my roles as the county auditor, serves as the county assessor. And as the county assessor, we're required by state law to update property values or do a complete revaluation of values in the county once every 6 years. And then midway through that 6-year cycle, we're required to do a market update. So really people ask me, well, didn't you just do this? And well, yes, we did. We are required to do this one way or another. We're required to do this once every 3 years. So 2014 was a complete revaluation for us. 2017 then becomes a market update year for us, why we call it a triennial update. And that's what we're in the process, or in the middle of doing for Montgomery County this year. Not every county is on the same schedule. So we hear that quite often from people. Well, I don't know, I've got friends over in Delaware County and they're not doing this, or some other county, so we're not all on the same cycle, but Montgomery County is on the same cycle with 41 other counties. So about half the state are updating property values this year. We are on the same schedule as Greene County and the same schedule as Butler County. So both